How you doing, folks? Richard Terrell with Sun Team Realtors with Rancon Real Estate here in Temecula, California. Beautiful wine country. I'm going to talk to you about the 6 parts of a real estate transaction. We're going to talk a little bit about the buying side, a little bit about the selling side. First part of the series in the weeks to come is going to be, what is real estate? What exactly is the definition of real estate? Now, if you're a seller, we're going to discuss what is a CMA, Certified Market Analysis. When you're selling your house, you want to know what was sold the last few months, what's the value of your house, what are your features, exactly what is your house worth on the market today. When we get more into the value, we'll talk about the process of real estate. If you're a buyer, what exactly are you buying? So we kind of do the same thing. We do a market analysis with you. We make sure we crunch those numbers and say, hey, that house is worth every penny. Let's get a full price offer in there. Or we say, let's come in a little low. It's been on the market for 60 days. Maybe there's something missing in that house. Let's come in a little lower. So we crunch the numbers in a real estate transaction. So we're going to discuss that in part 1 of our 6-part series on real estate. What is real estate? Part 2, lending. When we talk about lending, we got to get you pre-qualified. We don't even know if you're a buyer, what do you qualify for? It could be your first time buying, you're a young family, you don't really know your credit scores, you don't know exactly what you're going to qualify for. So why do we get pre-qualified? Because that leads up to a pre-approval. In order for me, as your realtor, to represent you, I need a pre-approval letter showing what you get pre-approved for. What's underwriting, what is the lending process. So we'll have a lender discuss lending. On the selling side, it's very important that we discuss cross-qualifying. If you look at 4 or 5 offers, we don't know exactly which one's the best. Is it an FHA loan, a conventional loan, maybe it's a VA loan. We're going to go back and forth on that. We're going to have our lender cross-qualify that buyer just to make sure that that buyer is solid when offering on your house. So that's part 2, lending. Part 3, we're going to get into title. We'll have one of the best title reps in Southern California come out here and talk to you about title. We got a clear title. We got to make sure that we can get that title transferred over. So that person's going to talk about specific deeds or what's going on within that aspect of your home on the selling and on the buying side. That title rep's going to be a very important shot. Part 4, inspection. What's an inspection? Why do we need an inspection? What we try to recommend on the selling side is that the sellers get an inspection prior to us listing the house. That way, that $200 or $300 you spend now, you can fix it before you list your house, because what if it comes up later because you have to disclose that? So we're going to get into what disclosure statements are, why do we do inspections, and exactly what is the cost of an inspection and what does that person do. On the buying side, once a purchase has been agreed to, we have an inspector come out within, say, 72 hours of the agreement. I come out, I do what's called a visual inspection, an AVID, A-V-I-D. I'll do a visual inspection. That person actually is the inspector that you're going to pay $200 or $300 for. That person is a professional that will get under your house. We'll talk about the roof, electrical, plumbing, any issues with that house. They'll do a report and they'll email it to you. We'll look at that report. We create what's called a request for repair. We send that back to the sellers, and then they discuss the request for repairs. We negotiate what work needs to get done on the house. Okay. Within that process, there's also a termite inspection. Here in the state of California, legally we have to have a termite inspection. So the sellers will actually pay for the termite inspection. If there's some dry rot or termites found, they actually have to repair that, or we negotiate that. So selling and buying is critical with the inspection of a house to make this deal close. That leads to part 5. What is an escrow? Escrow companies are critical. We're going to have an escrow rep come in, and I'm going to interview that person, and they're going to actually talk. What is escrow? It's a third-party group. They're going to manage the selling and the buying side. So the listing agent and the buying agent actually report to escrow in essence. They keep the deal moving forward within that 30 to 45-day curve, for example. Escrow officers are critical to the close of a real estate deal. That leads us to part 6. What is closing? What are the closing documents? On the selling side, what do I have to do to check out of this house and move on to my next journey? On the buying side, what's the HUD statement? What do we do on the buying side? How important is it to get everything changed? Do the locks get changed? What do we do in closing? I don't even understand. It's my first time buying. Those are the things that we will describe to you in the weeks to come. That's part 6. So closing is very critical for a seller because of that HUD statement, where all the costs, it itemizes everything, gives you those accounting principles on why closing is so critical. So that's a 6-part series on real estate that us, the Sun Team Realtors, are going to go over with you. We're going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk about lending. We're going to talk about title. We're going to talk about inspection, escrow, and closing. That, in essence, is a real estate deal. So we're excited with Sun Team Realtors to show you what real estate is. Our YouTube channel is coming up. We're going to do a lot of interviews in the weeks ahead. And finally, last but not least, we want to talk about our April 21st buying seminar. So for all you buyers out there, come on out to Europa Winery in Temecula Valley Wine Country on April 21st from 6 to 8 p.m. All those people I just mentioned are going to be at this event. They're going to talk for 10, 15 minutes. You're going to get a taste of wine on us. We'll pay for it. Have a good time. So that's April 21st. I'll be sending out evites. Feel free to call us or text us at the number that you'll see after this video clip, and we'll get you involved in that event. I'm Richard Terrell, Sun Team Realtors. See you soon.